feel like the overthinking has to do with a decision you either have to make or something that's happening that you either want to engage in or not engage in. And part of it is either you're actively making a decision or letting time just pass. And time makes the decision for you. But then you've decided to let time
Mm-hmm.
do that.
Yeah. Let me get back to you on that. And then time will do it for you, meaning you won't do it.
Meaning, oh yeah, I'm still thinking about it.
Welcome to Permission the Podcast. I'm Dr. T, and this is my sister,
Silvana, and we are two regular people talking about spirituality in our daily lives.
Each week, we're inviting you to the internal conversation. So let's get started.
With your permission.
Hi, welcome back.
Permission the Podcast.
And this week we're going to be talking about overthinking.
Yeah. I mean, we're all guilty of that. Staying up and thinking and thinking and thinking.
Yeah.
And it's not just the thinking, it's how you feel like, okay, if you keep thinking, maybe a solution will come, and I just think it's just worse. You just keep, like the dog, right? We used that before when you like the dog's chasing his tail. And thoughts and just get some rest or stop it. Now, okay, so let's talk about how
Just
to
stop it.
How to get your mind off overthinking something, how to center, focus in the present. And I mean, maybe you have tips as a doctor, but I know how I do it.
How do you do it?
I do it by breathing. I just stop and I take deep breath and focus on just the air coming in and the air going out. And as the air goes out, I just release, like, let it go. Sometimes I do the lion breath. So just like in and then out, with releasing.
That's a yoga thing, right?
So, and that gets me, because you're so focused, okay, now I got to stick my tongue out. Now I got to, like you're so focused on the breath that the rest, hey, they can do the Dr. Joe breath work, holding your breath as long as you can and then breathing out. I think when you're doing that, your body just goes like, oh my God.
It's fun to be conscious of something you're unconscious of generally.
Like if you stop breathing, you need to hold it. All you're going to think about is like, okay, can I do it a little longer? Keep going. And you're just in that moment. No, I don't know.
Right. There's nothing else in your mind
but
the breath or holding it.
Yeah. So I do that. The other thing I do is if I'm thinking too much about something, I put music and dance, sing.
Singing is a good one.
A song that really gets you, like going. And so if you start singing, you're following it. At the moment, you're singing the song, the lyrics, and you're dancing. And there's no way you can be thinking about, tomorrow or the past.
Okay, when was the last time you were having racing thoughts?
Last time? I'm trying to think. I don't know. It's been a minute. I don't know. You go. What about you? I'll think about it. Oh, actually, all right. So my company is because of the tariffs imposed to China goods and India goods. We're getting less orders, right? It's really expensive to bring stuff in. And also it's an economy thing. Right now, people are buying a little less, or they're being more conservative with how they spend their money. And so I was approached by my boss to essentially go part-time for a while. And I had to think about this, like, okay, I really have to think about it, because what is that going to look like? It's supposed to be a temporary thing. And I'm like, okay, what does that look like? How many hours? And no, I'm not going to be available the days that I'm not working, right? So I was thinking, my thinking was, great, I'm going to have more time for doing art and doing, podcast stuff and doing other stuff. That's one part of what I was thinking about. Then I was thinking, okay, how am I going to do this and blah, blah, all the stuff I'm going to do. But what got me going into the overthinking was like, okay, what days am I going to work? What days am I not going to work? How do I set the boundaries for the hours that I'm not supposed to be working? How do I disconnect from work while I'm only going to be doing, it's going to be 24 hours, which is 3 days. And so I kept thinking, okay, I want this in writing. What about my vacation? What about this? So, all of these thoughts were going and going and going. And I'm like, just stop. This is good for you. You're going to have extra time for your art. You're going to have extra time for other stuff. Just look at the positive part of it. Have
Did you?
4-day weekends. So I'm thinking about these mini trips I'm going to take. So what I did was, I didn't dance. I took a shower. And sometimes I do rituals when I shower and I let the water,
Does
take
the
all.
water talk to you?
I talk to the water. It's a conversation. So I tell the water to just let go of the energy that's not serving me and just talk to myself about how even this change is an opportunity for me to do more of what I want to really do, which is focus on art, focus on other things. And it's in a way something I sort of manifested because I've been talking about how I want to have more time to do, to go to the senior center to carve wood with my dad. I'm doing a lecture at the senior center in March, so I need to prepare for that. I need to submit what the lesson's going to be. It's a 2-hour lecture. And so, okay.
You got things going on.
So I got things going on, and I'm like, okay, you swore this is what you wanted. You wanted more time? The universe came through. And my boss put it as an option. This is an option. You can do this, or we can keep you really busy doing marketing stuff and other stuff. And, because clearly my time, I used to be busier and I'm not. And he's right about that. So now I'm going to have 4-day weekends. Ta-da!
Are you happy about that?
I'm happy, but one part of me is like, what if it doesn't go back to full time? Like I have still thoughts about, like now your income is going to be less than this. And so am I okay for a while? Yes, I'm going to be okay for a while. So I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. My racing thoughts were about my schedule, which are it's kind of similar to
Yeah.
what you're
Okay.
talking about.
Yeah,
So,
okay. Well, so what did you? I didn't finish, right? So in the shower, what I do
oh
is
yeah,
I tell the water to release the energy that doesn't serve me, the thoughts that are not helping me through the change, just to let go. Basically, to just let go, to surrender. And as the water comes down, I feel so is all my thoughts going down. And I'm going to just breathe, be happy, grateful. I still have a job. I have more time. So I'm focused on the positive. Okay, now you go.
So my schedule is something sometimes I have a hard time with figuring out when to do what to do when.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since the Dr. Joe Dispenza retreat, I started doing morning meditations. I listened to a podcast that was about women's health. And, it's not surprising. You know all of the things, right? Sleep is important. Yes, it is. So I've decided to kind of reevaluate the waking up at 4 a.m. Uh, Yeah, that's what I told you last night. So I'm reevaluating waking up at 4 and also reevaluating going to the gym later so that I can get more hours of sleep.
So what's your aim for how many hours of sleep do you want? Or like
7 to 9.
I'm normally happy with 7. Like 7 is like
We need more.
yeah. 7 makes me happy. Oh, I feel great with 7 hours.
That's
6 hours, 5 hours I can work with, but
no.
it's not ideal. Yeah. I don't feel great when I only have 5 hours or 6.
Well, did you listen to the podcast?
No, you just sent it, did it? And like I know you listen to podcasts at speed number 2 and it's like 20 minutes. I listen to podcasts at regular speed.
Anyway, so I have been kind of playing around with my schedule before that because I noticed a difference in my experience of my body, my mood, and all of the things. So because we've been doing it for some time, it's been a couple of months, I've noticed things about how I'm waking up or my mood or my energy and whatever. Part of it is nutrition, part of it is sleep and like general recovery. So I've been having moments where I'm sitting in front of my schedule and trying to figure out, okay, when can I go? What time? Blah, blah, blah. And because I have to block out 3 hours, have a half hour to walk there, an hour there, and that's minimum because sometimes I like to stay longer. Half hour walk back, and then I have to get ready, right? Ready for work or what the rest of my day will entail. So it's not little time, but then I have to take in consideration at what time I'm going to sleep, at what time I'm waking up, when will I cook? Will I cook before I go to the gym? Will I cook after? If I cook after, I'll need more time, right? So like a lot of just like
A lot of thinking. Yeah. And I mean, like, you do need to think to create whatever changes you're creating in your life. But then there's a point where, like, okay, am I just thinking without coming with a solution or without pinpointing what you want to do? Or, you know what I mean? Like, are you going down in a hole or are you just like,
Well, I've switched my schedule some
mm-hmm.
because I have to do it in advance because I schedule my patients out. So I only schedule my patients 1 week out. So that's fine. But it's just, for example, this week is booked. And by the end of this week, next week is booked. So if I don't have it placed on my calendar, likely a patient will be there, right? So I have switched it around for a week or two out. And there are times when I'm looking at it and I'm like, no, I'll just go earlier. And then I just move it, like the blocked time, or I'll move it down or I'll move it up. And it's just, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. But also, I feel like the hard part is I have a friend that goes at 3:30 and I have a friend that goes at 7. And part of the important part of going to the gym is actually working out with my friends and the community and spending that time together and all of that. So that has also been interesting to take into consideration. One of my friends that goes at 7 hasn't been going for medical reasons. So it's kind of like one of those, well, maybe now is a good time to go later. So it's just like you hear me thinking in real time too.
Okay.
I'm still thinking.
Okay. I don't know. Are there days that you could go early and days that you can go later?
Yeah. I mean, I could do
there are
whatever I
balance.
want. So,
Yeah.
like, it's kind of like one of those things of I have all of the options. I just recently talked through with one of my patients about like decision fatigue and decision paralysis.
Yeah. That's where you don't want the paralysis.
No.
Both, really.
Well, I feel like the fatigue is just you've made all of the decisions. Like say you're going to work and at work you have to make a zillion decisions really fast, right? Like, okay, we're doing this with this shipment. I'm sending this email out to, ask this person for this thing. We're doing this project this way. And you're making all of those decisions that by the time you get home and open your fridge, it's kind of like, dude, I'm too tired. I'm too tired to figure out what to eat or what to cook or what I want to do the rest of the day. Or, that's where people get home and start, scrolling, or I don't know. My go-to
Video
is just like
games or
cereal.
something.
It's like I don't want to do anything. I'm gonna have cereal and a
It's like,
protein shake.
what have you been eating all week? Cereal, cornflakes.
Cornflakes. So decision fatigue, I feel like, is one thing. Decision paralysis, I feel like, is another thing where you're just like standing there and you have all the options and you just need to pick one and you just can't. I
don't know. What's the worst thing that can happen? You try it out for a little while and then just pick something else. I don't know. It depends, right? Some decisions are serious and some decisions are just like, okay, what time do I go to the gym? I mean, it's serious, but it's not serious.
Well, it's serious if I'm reestablishing my whole routine.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like there are some decisions that are forever, like a tattoo.
Okay, like forever, forever.
I mean, hey, if you get a hand tattoo and then you get your hand cut off, it's not forever, right? Whatever.
There's
Sure.
ways to erase tattoos now, although it's very painful. But anyway.
I mean, there are. Yes, there are.
But yeah, a decision to get a tattoo is more permanent. Decision to, certain things like buy a house. I mean, although it's not permanent, it's basically you're gonna be a home base for a while. And so you gotta access everything. Location, rules around neighborhood, blah blah blah, whatever is important to you. Is it close to the train station so I can get to New York? Like all of that stuff.
Nice.
And so in some decisions will take more time for you to think about, and you will at points be like, okay, is this the right decision?
I guess there's also a permanence of the decision in the moment that you make it, right? Someone either decides to go to school or not go to school, and that decision lasts at least a school year, right? And then you can change your mind, but then there isn't taking back the time. So then you will be a year older when you go to school if you decide to do something different. So it's like sometimes decisions have that permanence with time.
And yeah, it's still okay to start anytime, reassess, reset, and just find a new way.
Well, some other decisions are like having children or not having children can have a permanence.
Yeah, because they stick around for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that. So that's a big decision. And
it's only it's time constraint, at least for women.
It's time sensitive. Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
I feel like this also goes into making decisions or deciding on something to do something. Because to me, when I think of overthinking, you're kind of thinking about something to do or not do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the overthinking has to do with a decision you either have to make or something that's happening that you either want to engage in or not engage in. And part of it is either you're actively making a decision or letting time just pass. And time makes the decision for you. But then you've decided to let time do that.
Yeah. Let me get back to you on that. And then time will do it for you, meaning you won't do it.
Meaning, oh yeah, I'm still thinking about it. Okay.
And nothing happens. Yeah.
And thinking doesn't do anything unless it's feeding a decision-making process to take action. Right?
Right.
Like I can think about rent for however long I want to think about rent. It's not going to pay it. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can go round and round in my head.
Yeah. But that's more like a worry. Do I have enough? And some people might have that struggle and they will overthink about rent. They will overthink about everything because they're like, just to meet and meet or and meet. Is that how you say?
No, that's not how you say it.
That sounded weird.
And now that I heard you say it, I can't figure out how to say it. To make ends meet.
To make ends meet. There you go. Just to do that, sometimes, some people are at a place where they're like, I don't know, paycheck to paycheck or not even sometimes. So I get that could be something you could think about. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this?
But that's not helpful.
It's not, but it's how you worry. Like it's a worry.
Yeah.
And so how do you let go of the worry and become more into, okay, what actions can I take to get me there?
Correct. So
and that action could be at times asking for help, or at times asking for a raise, or at times asking, what are the chances that blah, blah, blah. I find that very powerful, by the way. I've used it a couple of times. What are the chances that we get? I don't know.
Yeah. So it's always about getting out of your head and actually having an experience outside of your head. You asking for a raise is having an experience that's not within your head. You talking to someone and asking for help is also an experience outside of your head. So anything that has to do with this would be actually having an experience and doing something. Talking is doing something, walking is doing something. Anything that gets you outside of your head,
Yeah.
an actionable something, is the thing that would make the most sense. So you take a shower. I go to the gym.
I do it at yoga too in the morning. But I think that the other thing I do is ask for guidance. So I talk to my guides and angels and my superior self and ask for guidance. I'm like, show me, or universe, show me that this problem is solved and how it's solved, like show me the way and show me miracles. And so I ask for these things as I'm about to go to sleep and in the morning when I'm going through issues. Show me that even this, whatever I'm supposed to learn from this, even this has a lesson and has a benefit. And that's, yeah.
And this too shall pass.
And show me the solution, or the solution is on its way. Clarity. Clarity in commercial again. Yeah. So asking for clarity, if you have that connection with, everybody has pray. Okay, some people pray. That's my form of praying. But, whatever is going to give your mind a break from overthinking, and because the answers, your creativity will come not when you're like in panic mode, right? It will come when you're like in the present moment, and yeah, go for a walk in nature.
I was just going to say that.
And
Sometimes
barefoot, even better.
Yeah. Sometimes what helps is getting out of my own
Yeah.
living space.
But not only that, it's what the earth can provide to you as far as I don't know, what was I seeing? I saw a thing about leaves having all this, like, when it's really hot or something, the leaves are still cool because they're like they project infrared, and I don't know. It's really soothing. It's really helpful to be connected to nature, to see green all around you. It actually does something.
Yeah.
And so if you sit there quiet in nature and just ask for guidance, ask for a solution, ask for miracles, and just thinking what comes into your mind. But if you're overthinking, worry, then you're basically manifesting that too, in a way. More of the chaos.
Right. The rumination creates more of the same. It's interesting because that brings up times I've been going into the Catholic Church have been for surrender. Just like I feel like I can connect with something that is bigger, but also, generational, ancestral, blah, blah, blah. And just a belief that I can relieve myself of having to know what's next or what to do. A surrendering to reality, to what's here, to what's now. You know what also really helps is learning. When I learn something new or go into something that I'm curious about, it really engages me in a way that helps me get out of my own head.
Because you're focused on what you're doing. It's funny because when my dad carves wood, he says, when I'm here, I don't think about anything. I don't think about the news. I don't think about anything because I'm so into what I'm carving. And I'm like, that's why you are so young, because basically time stands still. You were here whatever many hours, but it doesn't feel that way. And so you age differently, you time bending, so because you're not thinking about stuff, you're just in the moment present doing it. Okay, I'm going to use this tool, I'm going to do this. And that's what you're working on. Nothing else. Because if you put something else, you might cut your finger. So you have to be precise in what you're doing and, with purpose, using everything with purpose. And so you stop thinking about everything else. Same thing happens when you dance. You dance, you're thinking, you're counting, you may be counting your steps. And not only that, you're connecting with someone, your partner. you have to synchronize. And so all of that, you stop thinking about everything else. Nothing else is going to enter your mind. But okay, I need to keep up with this dude.
Like synchronized burpees.
Yeah. The favorite workout of every CrossFitter.
We had to do them recently, actually.
Nice.
Synchronized burpees, I think.
Nice.
No, they were split.
Oh, okay.
We had to do synchronized clean dumbbell snatches.
Okay.
That was fun. Yeah, overhead, 35 pounds. It's fine.
That's heavy. I think I did 25.
No.
I've done 30 the most.
No.
Yeah.
35 is always the prescribed.
No, not with the shoulder. Actually, it's fine. My shoulder is getting better.
Yeah. Okay. What else do you do for racing thoughts?
Meditation.
Yeah.
That gets you. I mean, that you disconnect with absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Definitely that. And sunrises when I'm at the Cape.
I listen to something. So like when I say learning something, it's usually I'm listening to a book or I'm listening to a podcast or I'm going into a topic that I want to learn about.
Quantum physics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about art? Do you find yourself like overthinking something and you go into doing something artistic?
I gotta say, and I don't know if this is, I gotta say that the most beautiful pieces that has come out of me have been when I'm either been sad or super happy or super, motivated and but it's funny because when I'm sad, I will make really awesome art, but then I will finish happy. So it's more like a medicine. It's more like it heals me. Like, okay, I was sad when I started. And then I'm like, oh, look at this. It's so beautiful. So it is sort of like, I don't know, you can call it art therapy.
Yeah, like a release.
Yeah.
I write.
Mm-hmm. And if it's really bad, crying helps. Like I would and I haven't done this many times, but when it's really intense or whatnot, and if I know I'm going to have like an awesome long cry, I do it in the shower. I just let my tears be part of the water. And so, yeah.
Yeah, right. And it depends on what though. So because right now I'm working on a memoir, I'm working on a sci-fi novel and the play and all this other stuff. Sometimes it helps for me to go into the memoir when I'm having like lots of thoughts because I'm putting out all the things that I'm doing like for my business and stuff like that. And oftentimes the racing thoughts have to do with more of that. But then also on the other hand, if I'm engaging in something artistic, it has had the potential to pull me out of it as well. Just like start being creative.
And what else do I do? Also in the kitchen, creating, cooking, or just having like mom and dad for dinner. That's, I don't know, just gathering with family.
Yeah, what's new for me is I've been talking to people more, like calling you, calling Carker and Smith, talking to my friends at the gym. I feel like I've been able to talk things out more in community with friends, with family. And that has been new for me. Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Just being able to flesh out thoughts or ideas that are just like swimming.
And so remember one episode, I don't know how many episodes ago, but we were talking about what you're creating. And I talked about the circle of women I'm creating. So we're going to start with our first official meeting because we have been meeting unofficially this month, November. Although it might be December by the time you hear this episode.
Yeah, it's mid-December.
So it's going to be this month, the first meeting, and I have 7 women so far. So I'm really excited.
Tell me more.
And I went to a Halloween party, and there's this woman, her name is Daniela, and she approached me actually because she heard from my friend Nati that about the group, and she's like, "Hey, I heard about your group. Can you please include me? I am so interested." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" So it was really, it made my day. So far I have 7, and the first meeting I'm gonna create it's gonna be focused more on love and opening ourselves up to receiving in the group. So really excited.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How did it start? Like,
Oh, well, we started meeting, I think the first time I met with my salsa girls, I invited them over for a glass of wine. And this was what? 7 o'clock. They left my house at 2 in the morning. And so what we did was just talk about what we, just support each other in every way. Like, okay, where are you? Blah, blah, like it just sort of became like, hey, we should do this more often. Maybe we can rotate houses. And we've done it in my house a couple of times. We've done it in our friend Evelyn's house, and then we started card reading and just talking each other, getting a turn about what emotionally we were dealing with at the moment, and just supporting each other, listening, giving advice. Also, funny, the cards would like totally match what they needed at the moment, which was awesome. and so yeah. So normally when we meet, it ends up being for many, many hours. But now that the group is going to be formed, I'm going to keep it to a certain amount of time with a schedule. Okay, we're going to do this ritual. We'll do one group card reading maybe, but not so focused on one individual person, but depending on what the group needs. Just moving energy. So I'm going to introduce some sound. I got the sound machine. I have also forks, tuning forks. So I'm just going to do a mixture of things.
You're rolling.
I'm rolling. And some energy work. But in general, just move energy through even movement. Little meditation, lots of candles, some crystals. Yeah.
Okay. So we're in mid-December.
So by then I probably would have had, because I'm only doing one in November because of the holidays. And I'm going to probably do one in December because of that as well. And then January will be two per month after that.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. So your goal is to take this off 2 per month.
2 per month. And the first meeting, we're probably going to name the group. I have ideas, but I wanted to get people involved in the naming of the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woo. Well, I bring up the December thing because do we want to talk about December?
Right in this episode, the overthinking. Well, people do overthink December.
They do.
A lot. Like,
Like,
oh my God, I gotta meet with family. I gotta speak people I don't like. I gotta pretend. I gotta buy gifts for people I don't like.
Well, it's actually, this is coming out on Paola's birthday, on my sister's birthday.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
On the day of, yeah. So it's not mid-December. It's December 9th. So we're approaching the holidays quickly. What do you think about, now we can go into Christmas shopping?
Yeah, I don't do much of Christmas shopping.
Do you overthink Christmas shopping?
Absolutely not. But I don't really shop for people. Like, I rather make stuff for people, and I make things for people that are really special. If you get something for me at Christmas, you're very special. I don't really do the Christmas thing. I'm more of a person that, like, for instance, I have a yoga instructor. I have a yoga instructor who loves cough drops. Like, she has a couple of cough drops a day just because she likes them. It's like a mint for her, right? And so I went to an Italian deli last week and I saw this Italian cough drops that were like extra strong, extra forte. That's what it said. And so I'm like, oh my God, I think she's going to love this. So I got it for her, cough drops. But I'm that kind of person that if I see something that reminds me of you or that I think, I get it for you.
Like the Pink Floyd?
Yeah. Like, yeah, what I sent you. Well, and that too, I don't. But if I see something and I'm like, oh my God, this is so tere or this is so whatever, I get it. And I do that for my kids too. Like, okay, I saw this here. And I do that throughout the whole year. And so Christmas is just, no, I'd like to do it when I'm called to do things, not because I have to.
I feel like
Think.
there's a lot of anticipation about like equity, like, oh, I wonder how much she's going to spend so I could spend the same.
I feel like that was more like when people were in high school. Did it? I mean, maybe still goes on, but I remember like in high school, like, my gift was $20. I spent $50 on him. Who cares?
No, people still think about this.
Okay.
Yeah. That was so high school.
That was high school. I was just like,
no, people still think about it.
And they feel like, okay, based on the worth of the gift
or how meaningful it is. Oh, I'm just going to get her a gift card or something. It's like, but what if they get me something more meaningful? That's also a thing.
Yeah, I don't think about that stuff, but I get it.
You don't get it.
I get it that people think about stuff,
You get that people think.
I just don't, at least not when it comes to Christmas and that stuff. And also to me, I don't know. It's like when someone thinks of me, even with a good morning or something, that to me is precious. A card, if you made it, even better. A letter, for me, it's more valuable than, I don't know, a gift card. So, yeah, the actions, the detalles, ¿cómo se dice? How do you say that?
The details.
It doesn't sound the same. It's the
the thoughtfulness of it.
The thoughtfulness. The people, when they're thoughtful and they think of you. My good friend said, she gave me a little, I don't know, it's like a metal little balloon, hot air balloon, because we went on a hot air balloon in Egypt. And we had quite the experience. So just to commemorate that, she got me that on one of her trips to another country. And I'm like, okay, that's really thoughtful. Small, thoughtful. And that's the stuff that makes my heart expand.
So thoughtful gifts.
Yeah.
I feel like mine is spending time with people.
That's even better.
Like if I'm giving you my time, I'm gifting you presence, right? Like I'm not doing anything else. I'm not on my phone. I'm not, doing all of the things, and I'm going to you, right? I've always thought about that in that way. Like I'm leaving New York to go visit my parents. That's the gift of time. You know what I mean?
It takes a couple hours just to get, an hour there, an hour back.
Quality time, presence, like me being present.
Without your computer, you mean?
Yeah, that's why it's great that we're going to a restaurant.
Okay.
My dad says, I leave New York, but I don't actually leave New York. You leave the city, but you don't actually leave New York. Yeah. He's right.
People we love and we don't really care for. Like the people that I don't have that problem. I love everybody in my family. But I know there's people that, okay, Christmas just becomes a stressful thing to meet with family. That's sad to me, but I mean, I can't even say, okay, I understand. I haven't been in that situation. I've been in situations when there is definitely a member of the family that has rubbed me the wrong way, and I just decide to let it go and look at the bigger picture. And this is why we're a bigger connected family. But
I feel like the racing thoughts about that could be related to what am I going to do when I see this person or that person, or what am I going to do when I'm going to be in this situation, or how I'm going to handle this situation with my spouse or significant other. If this comes up, what will I do? There's a lot of overthinking that happens with specific dynamics during the holidays that, lead to just more thinking than actual preparation. And also, how could you be prepared for the future and stuff you don't know is going to happen or not?
Easy to say for you that you're like me, that we don't think about that stuff, or at least we don't We don't, we just go with the flow for the most part. But for people that can turn it off, what do you say to them? Because they obviously it's a decision not to turn it off, but it's really hard for them to do.
So this is what I forgot and now I remembered.
You're welcome for reminding you.
Because the things that we overthink about or ruminate on are actually things that we want to overthink.
You mean we're enjoying it?
Yeah.
Or you mean part of the brain is enjoying whatever it releases when you're doing it?
Or we're not honest with with ourselves that we're actually enjoying it. So I can think of, for example, a time in the past where I've had a crush on someone and I've thought about the person.
24/7 and you're like, oh, this is great.
And I enjoyed thinking about it.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe the person didn't know, or maybe the person did. And we were kind of like having this, talk. We were talking, talking. But, when you're young.
Yeah.
And so there's a want that's there when your thoughts are racing, when you're overthinking about something. It's because it could feel like you're gonna get to the end of something. Well, if I think about this long enough, I'll get to a conclusion or some satisfactory endpoint. Like when you're thinking about, for example, a work problem, there's this idea that you'll get to an end of something, like resolving something. Another one could be you're just enjoying the thinking or the thoughts or the scenarios or the fantasy. But oftentimes there isn't an appreciation for the fact that you are actually doing it or actively doing it.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think I see what you're saying, because I remember just thinking about, when I was young, if I like someone, I would just think.
And, we liked it. I mean, I
Yeah, I mean,
remember.
the feeling of thinking of someone is nice.
I mean, there's also the aspect of feeling the pressure to go towards it or go away from it or take some action on it or forget about it, or is it reacquainted, is it not? There's a lot of also just more thinking on top of it.
Yeah. So for your patients that, okay, you don't call them patients. What do you call them?
Yeah, patience.
Okay. For your patients. When they're like overthinkers and they, I assume they lose sleep, they don't get enough rest, and it just becomes more harmful than, you know what I mean? What do you suggest to those people that cannot turn it off? Even if, I try and meditate, I can't.
I usually go into the route of their desire to continue doing it. I usually go over really quick active techniques that someone can do. My favorite one right now is box breathing. 4 seconds in, holding for 4 seconds, 4 seconds out, and holding that for 4 seconds. I really like that technique. It's also really forcing your system to slow down and also bringing consciousness to, taking something that's unconscious and bringing consciousness to it.
Okay.
The 3-2-1 method is great too. I just think it's a lot because you're using your 5 senses. You're, naming 5 things you see and all of these other things. The taste is hard. One thing you taste, feeling things is hard. So sometimes those it gets you in your body. And I feel like I would rather have them do something either physical, like jumping jacks, to or even just shaking.
Yeah, that's great. Or
Yeah.
like also like not smacking, but like tapping your belly and your back at the same time, and really just fire breathing, releasing emotions. Tap here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing some of that with the women group too. Some of the tapping tapping and breathing to release.
There are several techniques. Part of the thing is being able to find something that works, right? Like there could be something like having a grounding tool, like a rock or something that is textured or something like that, where you can feel it and it's a grounding tool, essentially. Or you can use smell, so you can use an incense or like oils.
Or lavender oil or something to relax.
Because you're focusing or hyper focusing on one sense and grounding yourself through that one sense. For sure, stopping, like taking a break from the thing that you're running circles around, because that is the best way to just disconnect and reorient.
Okay.
So during this holiday season, you can sniff some stuff, bake some stuff. I feel like baking would be a good idea. You have to really be mindful of being precise with measurements. Not the same with cooking. With cooking, you just like throw stuff in.
That is true, because I have to read the ingredients at least 3 times a day.
I think I see baking in your future.
Yes, I'm about to make banana bread.
What the hell? Can I have some tomorrow?
Maybe. Yes, you may.
That's so messed up, dude.
Banana.
It's banana. BANANAS.
What else? What else with holidays and overthinking? And
I feel like parties is overthinking. At least I don't host because I overthink.
Because of the host, you mean? Yeah. So I host this huge party for July 28th and
Peruvian Independence Day.
And so the whole family comes and it's like, I don't know, 50, 60 sometimes.
It's kind of second Christmas.
Yeah. And it's a lot of planning. And I used to literally not overthink it, but overdo. Like, obviously the house needed to be clean, but like, oh, I want to make it look pretty. So I'm going to make some shells, paint them red and make the Peruvian heart and, like the flag. Like I used to just overdo all of these things. So
I remember that.
And so I was just like, oh, I just wanted to make it super pretty, my patio pretty and all of that. And that was work. But then on top of that, I had to figure out food for 50, 60 people. And I used to be very like, okay, you bring this, you bring that. Now I'm just like, who's bringing what? Okay, tell me. And if it's not enough, then that's all you get. But there's always enough. People always bring way too much.
So extra. Everyone is always so extra.
So there will be years that I would be like, okay, I'm making chicken, I'm making the corn and the hot sauce. And so I ended up making too many things. I ended up putting way too much on myself. Now I make one thing because people always bring way too much. And so I've been good at that. The last at least 2 parties, I make the hot sauce, I make the corn on your own. Everybody brings food, a lot of food.
So I don't host because I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Where am I supposed to be? What do people want to eat? What do people want to do? What do they want to drink? I only drink water.
Where would you host? In New York, your apartment? You can't host there.
My friends.
You can host 10 people.
My friends.
Oh, then host your friends. But you have host friends before. Meaning you had the salad party.
Yeah, it was on my rooftop and I told them it was a potluck, which was
easier,
but still a lot.
Yeah. It takes planning. Okay, you got to worry about the spoons, everything.
But we were upstairs, so also not in my place.
Yeah, so you had to bring everything up.
Which I was okay. So something I've also thought about, like, where are people going to sit? What are we going to do? Are we going to listen to something? I'm not cut out for this.
Well, there is plenty of sitting spaces up there.
No, inside my home.
Oh, inside your home. Okay, got it. People don't have to sit. Some people stand.
There's a vibe, the standing vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, you stand, chit chat, listen to music.
So I don't host.
Yeah, I host that, and I also host New Year's. New Year's is small. We just do immediate family, 6 siblings. So it could be big, but not bigger than 25 or 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know for some of you listening, 25 this is the whole town. 25 from a family that normally
That's
like 60,
manageable,
70,
yeah.
that's way manageable. Oh, just 25 people are coming. That's a piece of cake.
That's fine. That's like nobody.
Yeah.
Okay. And anything else you overthink in December?
In December.
Do you ever overthink like, oh, what did I do this year? I didn't do X, Y, and Z. Overthink.
What my
or
new
like,
or
you're
setting your New Year goals and blah,
or
blah, blah.
you're inching towards 2026, which I keep writing 2026 everywhere. Can I just tell you, I wrote like patients have me write letters to their insurance for like stuff like long-term
And
disability
you're
or
dating them
whatever.
2026?
And I got back from the Hartford like, all of this is great.
We are in 2025.
But I put that I had all of the sessions with this person next year. Yeah. That's how bad it's been, the 2026.
Okay. That is already living in the next year.
Do you overthink in December?
I probably used to, and I used to have like, okay, I have gym goals, blah, blah, blah. But I go to the gym all year long. So I'm not just a beginning of the year kind of girl that goes to the gym.
I get really annoyed with January gym members.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, it's January and February too.
Oh,
and then
it's
March rolls
January
along and I'm like,
again.
oh, thank God.
It's January again.
So, I normally start thinking about, okay, I'd like to make a trip. And so I start dreaming about, okay, this year I want to go to, I don't know, Turkey. And so, like I start thinking about these things to plan for them. But other than that, not anymore. Like I used to. No.
I mean, I used to reflect on the year, the years passing.
The years passing. Do I reflect on it?
I don't think I overthink about it.
No. I do reflect on what I'm grateful for, for New Year's or for Christmas, just having the family together. That's, having dad healthy, mom healthy, just having healthy elderly parents is a blessing.
We need to start having them lift some weights.
Mm.
Did you hear the podcast?
Not yet, but I know how important weights are for your bones and for
women,
older women, so they can be able to walk
for
and
all
stuff.
age women.
Yeah. So don't yell at me. Don't for all age women. It's like you put out the capital letters, when you're like texting and then switch to capital letters. You just did that verbally.
This holiday season, I'm going to start talking to all the women in the family.
We're like, are you lifting weights? Yeah.
What are your...
And lifting the glass of wine doesn't count.
No. What are your deadlifts numbers? What are your bench press numbers? Come on. Geez. I need facts here.
You're going to get intense.
What's your 5 and 10 year plan with weightlifting?
Okay.
Especially the younger kids,
What about the younger kids?
They're not lifting. So? In our family.
Well, in my family, Aiden lifts. Brendan doesn't.
I mean, also women.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if any of the girls in the family lift.
No.
Their aunties do.
Yeah. Do you still lift?
Yeah. Okay. Not as much. I mean, I do hot yoga more, but I randomly lift and do other stuff. But I don't do it like every day, once, twice a week.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk about it after you listen to the podcast.
I'm lifting my body weight every day at yoga.
Oh, like off the ground?
Off the ground, but like all of them are body weight exercises.
Yeah. Let's talk
Not
after
enough.
the podcast.
It's like, yeah,
let's talk after you
need
listen
more
to
pounds.
it. Okay. So last thoughts, remarks, we good?
For me, it'd be, I don't just find a way. Like, everyone has a thing that works for them. What we're saying might not be the thing that works for you, but find something that does disconnect you from doing the overthinking. Hey, swimming. I heard that swimmers, they can't think about anything else but staying alive.
Staying alive.
Right? Like, so about your breath, getting out of the water to breathe. Like, there's just a lot going on when you swim. And so maybe swimming, maybe find a thing that gets you stop thinking about stuff.
Oh, rock
and just
climbing.
Yeah.
You
grounding.
can't think about anything
It's like,
when you're
okay.
rock climbing.
Yeah. So find something that gives you a break from thinking.
Jumping out of a plane.
Now you're getting intense.
Intensa. Okay. That is our overthinking thoughts and comments and concerns.
And that is all we have for you this week.
Make sure you follow Permission the Podcast.
And we'll be back next week with your permission.